Welcome to the Gamma Show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. The first thing that I like to do is go over our Mag 7 or 5, 6, 7. We're gonna do unusual whales. We're gonna fly through this. Let's do SPY first. Actually, let's get SPY out the way. For gamma exposure for SPY, looks like very little change between yesterday and today. We went from 1.7 million to 1.4 million. It's a slight decrease, so that is a slight reduction in liquidity. So I'm not going to be eager to buy call options. That reduction in liquidity does add some caution. That tells me that market makers may not be expecting a huge rally today. So that's SPY. Nice decrease there, but very unchanged. A little decrease, very unchanged though. So with SPY, it's looking kind of choppy. Okay, so I'm not eager. I will have to confirm um, net flow and daily market tide. Okay, net flow and daily market tide. Let me see, we're at 774, and there's some normalized gamma exposure at 775 and 780. So 780 is really the biggest target. 13% normalized gamma exposure there. So that's pretty big. That's a pretty big target for SPY. Now 770 does have a little bit of negative gamma at 3%, as you can see on my screen. But it is less than the 775 11%. So right now, I would say SPY is a toss-up. It's really going to depend on the daily market tide and the SPY holdings flow. Okay, did you guys get that? So with SPY, it's a toss-up because gamma exposure is unchanged. It did not change much between yesterday and today, as you can see here on my screen. It went from 1.79 to 1.4. So that's not a significant. It's not a significant change, right? It's not a significant change, and so because of that, I'm just gonna have to depend far more on the SPY holdings net flow, which is this screen right here. Okay. And for SPY holdings net flow, I'm gonna need to see flat puts and positive volume for bullish, flat puts and positive volume for bullish. And then for bearish, I need to see flat calls and negative volume, kind of like how we see here. Okay, so bearish, flat calls, negative net volume. For bullish, flat puts and positive net volume. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be expecting here. Let me take a few seconds and send this out. It's going to be similar to other pre-market notes that I've had, so I'm going to try to steal from those. Let me see. Yeah, so I think I would say it's unchanged, right? For gamma exposure. So for SPY, the target is really normalized gamma exposure at 775, 11%. All right, let me send this out. write you one more stupid song. All right, so that way you guys have a nice little, you know, foundation to kind of look back at. So I just sent that in the pre-market note. I'm gonna send that in the main chat as well. And I'll also send it into the show chat. Okay, so let's do this. All right, market's open. So for SPY, daily net gamma is unchanged between yesterday and today, which means market makers have not adjusted their positioning. They do remain in a positive gamma, long gamma, so I expect price to remain elevated. Since daily net gamma was unchanged though, no meaningful liquidity was added or removed. So because of that, I'll be relying heavily on the SPY holdings net flow and the market tide throughout the session. So remember, guys, you can pull both of those data points, the SPY holdings flow and the market tide, those two things that I'm going to be relying on. You're gonna be able to pull those data points using the Discord bot. And for a bullish confirmation, you must see flat net put premiums and strong positive volume. That's for bullish. For bearish, you must see flat net call premiums, right? And negative volume. That's for bearish, okay? And then gamma exposure by strike puts us at a target of 775. That's for SPY. So let's jump right into this, baby. And I am going to open up a few Mag 7s. Oh, Tesla was a top watch for me, guys. I was looking at Tesla last night, okay? And I really like the setup here. Let me double check in on you guys. Good morning, Atlantic. I haven't heard a peep from Atlantic. And Scholar Club. Make sure y'all can still hear and everything. Yeah, everything looks good. Okay. CPI tomorrow. Dang, dude, it seems like CPI doesn't even matter anymore. Okay, where we at? So we got spot jacks here. We got my little, we got my super flow here. So here we go. Market tide starting off with some net positive volume. So that's interesting. Let's open up the rest of these Mag 7s, NVIDIA. Let's open up Meta. Let's open up Apple. And then we're going to quickly check the gamma exposure on each and every one of those stocks really quick so that we can kind of have a little bit of a foundation, okay? So we got Meta, we need Google, and finally Amazon. Looks like my recording is working, guys. This is good. Amazon. Okay, let's fly through it. Tesla, daily net gamma. Did it increase or decrease? Right? Oh, unchanged. Daily net gamma for Tesla is unchanged. So we're going to need to rely heavily on that net flow, right? Net flow. Okay. NVIDIA, daily net gamma, unchanged. Oh my gosh, bro. The last time we went through this, bro, we went through chop, dude. It seems like every time I go live, the entire market wants to chop. So NVIDIA will have to rely on net flow as well. Daily net gamma from Meta, unchanged. Oh my God, it's going to be a choppy day, guys. Everything is unchanged. Okay, Apple, daily net gamma. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of an increase. A little increase from 500K to 800K. So that's not bad. That's not bad. That's bullish bias for Apple. So let's keep an eye on Apple and see what's going on with Apple. We got some net positive volume, upwards of 2,000 already. So that's pretty interesting. They're hitting the 310 calls, and they're at lows right now. Apple's pretty bullish. Put that on your list. Put it on your list. Okay, here we go. Microsoft daily net gamma unchanged. Oh my gosh. So 5 out of 7 of the Mag 7s are unchanged daily net gamma, guys. It might be a choppy day. Okay, Google, we got a slight increase, nothing major, from 93K to 117K. Right, yesterday, August 10th, 93K net gamma, and today, August 11th, 100K. So nothing big there, nothing notable. Still gonna have to rely on NetFlow. Okay, Amazon daily net gamma. Ooh, that looks supportive. Let's see. Unchanged. 1.3 M yesterday, 1.3 M today. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be choppy. It's gonna be choppy, guys. Be careful. Be careful, okay? Let me see. Good morning, GA Bog MD. Okay, I'm live on X. Welcome to the Gamma Show. Let's learn. Okay, so what are we seeing? So Tesla, we're seeing unchanged daily net gamma, so we're gonna have to rely on the net flow. So here it is. Here's the net flow for Tesla. And right now, the first thing that I want to look for, lesson number 1, okay, when you pull the net flow, who can tell me? Lesson number 1, first thing I look at is the net volume. Good. The net volume, right? And right now with Tesla, I'm seeing some flip-floppy net volume. I'm going from negative to positive, right? Red to green. So it's not stable. It's not stable right now, okay? I'm not seeing anything stable, okay? So I'm gonna move on. Nvidia, let's see. Ooh, Nvidia negative net volume. So I wouldn't be longing Nvidia at the moment, right? I'm not longing it right out the gate. Daily net gamma, slight decrease, mostly unchanged though for Nvidia. So we got to depend on that net volume. We gotta really depend on that net volume. Looks like they're buying puts. Oh man. And don't you dare. Wow, this thing's up to 16K already for Nvidia. Nvidia's kind of bearish right now, huh? Wow. Net calls are negative. Net volume is negative. We got no 0 DTEs today, which sucks. I feel like when we don't have 0 DTEs, we just chop. Okay, Meta, net volume is negative right now. I'm not thinking about longing. So Tesla, Nvidia, and Meta, not bullish. Not bullish. Very low volume on Meta right now, so I'm not going to consider that. It's early. Apple. Okay, I think Apple, remember, that was our top watch. Apple's our top watch, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm so tired of the rain. All right. Look at QQQ. VDZ and QQQ. Voice or screen share? I don't know. Both of them. Good morning, Africa Ron. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Abby. Yes, I'm live. Good morning. ASTS, yes, guys. I haven't even looked at my broker. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even look at my broker. I look at data first. All right, so let's see how red I am from Rocket Lab and ASTS. Extremely red. ASTS, oh my God, bro. 67% loss right now. But I got a few days for this baby to turn around. 67% loss on ASTS right now. Why is my screen stuck right now? What's going on? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about ASTS, guys. This is why I don't check my broker on live, bro, because I just get quiet and I just look. I think Rocket Lab does go up. I think both of them will go up. I think Rocket Lab and ASTS have done extremely well this quarter. So it's really disappointing, so, but that's all right. Oh shit, Palantir. Why the hell didn't anyone mention Palantir? That's my favorite stock. So Palantir, and of course, I missed the freaking pump. All right, let's see. Daily net gamma for Palantir. Oh yeah, VDZ is gonna kill me if I don't check QQQ. So let me check QQQ. Actually, let me put QQQ on my dashboard. Hang on. So boom, I actually had it on there pre-market. Let's do net flow. And if I die before I wake. All right, here's QQQ VDZ. All right, let's check out SPY. What are we seeing with SPY? Okay, SPY, bearish volume across the board. Nobody should be thinking about buying call options right now. Nobody should be thinking about buying call options at the moment. We are bearish. And the net volume is there. Let me pull up. Ooh, the net volume's there. Okay, QQQ is heading to the downside here. Let's watch this. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna do SPY. My broken heart. Ooh, it's looking leaky right now. Actually, it might fight for this EMA. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. I sense my scholar senses are telling me to be patient. So that is what I will do. So we got Tesla. I really want to watch Tesla and Apple. I have a feeling they're gonna do something today, but I could be wrong. Okay, nothing coming in right now. Let's see. For SPY, 60K volume. 60K volume is a lot. 70K negative net volume is a lot. I'm looking at downside pressure right now. Downside pressure. Okay, that's your cue to say, I'm gonna look for downside pressure. Okay. All right, so here it is. Okay, let's see. Let me be patient. I'm gonna be patient. It looks very weak right now, though. Very weak, but I'm gonna be patient. I'm looking at SPY, guys. SPY's looking very, very weak. Market tide though is only at 70K, negative 70K net volume. Ooh, nice pullback there. I don't want to be early. I don't want to chase it too hard, guys. I want to be very careful right now. So I'm gonna let this move happen. I think we're a bit early, so I don't want to move too fast. I'm gonna let this move happen and see what What's going on? Market tide is only at 100K, negative 100K. That's not a bearish trend. I could buy right now, and the chances of it reversing would not be surprising. I would not be surprised if I buy puts right now and it reverses. Why? Because there's only 100K net volume. You see this right here? Net volume for market tide is only negative 98K. That is not a true bearish trend. That's not even 100K contracts exchange. You know what I mean? We just hit 100K now, but I need to see 500 to 600K. So we're nowhere near a trend right now, and I want to be very careful, okay? I don't want to get caught up here. Okay, Tesla. Let's see. What are they adding on here? Are they adding anything? Looks like they might be adding 335s. They might be adding 335s on Tesla. Looks like they are. I mean, they definitely are. It's not a might. Look at this, right? You see historical volume. Look, watch here, guys. Look at my screen. You can see this. Look, it's moving in real time. 18,064, 18,065, 18,074, 18,075. Who the hell is buying one contract? 18,108, right? So they're adding. Look, they're adding in real time to this contract. Tesla 335s. So that is interesting, and it's about $2.25 right now. Now the net premium is not the best. Why? Because there's net negative volume, right? There's net negative volume. See this net negative volume down here? That tells me that, you know, we're not in quite bullish territory just yet. So I'm going to be careful and I'm going to be patient. Okay, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is also kind of flip-floppy a bit here. Net calls and net puts are kind of indecisive. No strong move in those right now. Okay, Meta. Ooh, big net call premium spike in Meta, but volume has not flinched. So I'm not interested, because remember, if you had a one-on-one with me, the very first thing we care about is net volume. If net volume is not there, then I don't want to, I don't want any parts of it just yet. Okay. Okay, Apple. What's the first thing we check? I just told you. Net what? Net volume, right? Net volume. Now, flip-floppy net volume, I'm okay. I can miss out on that. I don't want flip-floppy, because guess what's going to happen to my contract? My contract's going to go flip-floppy, right? But Apple is bearish at the moment. It's you definitely don't want to buy calls when call premium's at negative 3 million. Okay, Microsoft. Microsoft's looking kind of bearish too. Net volume is negative. First thing I check, right? Net volume negative. So I know not to buy calls. Remember, guys, sometimes it's not always knowing what to do, right? Finish it, but it's knowing what not to do. It's knowing what not to do. So right now we don't know what to do, but I know what not to do, right? For example, Google, what's the thing not to do? What's net volume? Net volume's negative. Net calls are negative. So I know that I'm not going to be buying calls, right? That's good enough sometimes. That's good enough. Knowing what not to do is good enough sometimes, Amazon, net calls and net puts are both negative. Net volume is negative. So it's not an A+ setup, but it's leaning bearish. You should not be looking at calls. Okay, Palantir. Palantir, that net volume is very flip-floppy. So guys, we checked. We knew that it was going to be a choppy morning. Because, why? Because we looked at daily net gamma for most of the Mag 7 and they were unchanged. All right, so it's looking like a choppy day right now, guys. Let's be careful. ASTS, I'm staying in because I'm just gonna stay in. So I'm just gonna stay in. So AK, I just went over NVIDIA, I believe. So NVIDIA again, the net volume, first thing I check, net volume is negative. I know that I'm not going to be buying calls, okay? However, they're not selling call premium hard enough for me to chase puts. Okay, so I'm just very undecided right now on most of the Mag 7. It's still kind of early, but yeah, most of the Mag 7s right now, not seeing a big move. Tesla, premiums are mixed. Net volume is flip-floppy, right? So NVIDIA, net volume is bearish, but I'm not seeing the premiums correspond with that volume. So I want to be careful. So I'm sitting out of NVIDIA right now. Meta, same thing. Premiums are all over the place, so it's not a good, good play right now. Net volume is negative though, so you want to be avoiding call options. Avoid call options, okay? But I'm also not going to chase the downside because net calls are not accelerating negative, okay? Apple. Wow, man, I thought Apple was gonna be bullish today, bro, but it's down slightly. Well, it's down a lot actually, down $2 from open. Apple bearish leaning right now, but net volume a bit flip floppy, so it could flip back to green. It could, and that's why I'm waiting. I don't like to see flip floppy volume. I like to see the premiums corresponding with a growing, strong corresponding volume. Microsoft probably the best looking setup, but it's not a good looking setup because net calls are not accelerating to a low of the day. So although it is bearish, I'm not gonna chase the puts until I see net calls begin to accelerate to the downside. But hey, it looks like they're buying puts on Microsoft. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like they're buying puts on Microsoft, dude. But let's be patient. So right now, guys, I'm being very patient. I'm being very, very patient right now because I'm just not seeing an A+ setup. Palantir, let me double check. Okay, now let me go to my flow feed because I keep checking the Mag 7 and I don't want to stick to just the Mag 7. So let's see if anything comes in. We're gonna do our momentum. Now, it's probably still going to be the Mag 7, unfortunately. So, guys, they're buying a lot of puts on NVIDIA. Yeah, they're buying a lot of puts on NVIDIA, guys. They're targeting those 217s. They're up to 50K. 217 puts are up to 50K for NVIDIA. They're about $1.30 right now. Those net call premiums on the net flow, though, not hitting a low of the day is very scary for me. So I don't want to chase that. I'm not going to chase that. All right. What are you guys seeing? For Tesla, so here's how I figured that out, Sergio. So for Tesla, for volume, what I would like to see is you check the historical volume, right? You go here to 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, and then you see what has been the average volume over the last 2 days, over the last 3 days, over the last 4 days, et cetera, right? So it looks like historically, Tesla, today's volume, look at today's volume. It's like literally nothing. There's nothing, right? There's no volume, right? Same thing with yesterday, very low. But however, if you look at Friday, right, these are big volume clouds here. So what kind of volume do we want to see for Tesla? We want to see upwards of 50 to 90K. That's what we see here. And even if you go back further, you can see even larger days, like here, 200K, right? That was a negative day, 200K. So I want to see 50 to 100K, either positive or negative for Tesla. 50 to 100K, positive or negative. 50 to 100K is good. Good volume. Good net volume. Guys, remember there's a difference between volume and net volume. Vocabulary is the biggest thing with me. Microsoft. I think I checked Microsoft, no? Let's see. So, yeah, Microsoft, it's bearish right now. But again, volume very low, only 6,000. Historically, I think you see up to 15K. Yeah, see? You see like 15 to 30K. to establish a real move for from Microsoft. So right now, I'm not seeing net calls are not accelerating down to the low. This volume is there, it's strong and it's bearish. So I want to avoid buying calls, right? Because net calls is negative. At the same time, too, though, I don't want to chase puts because although the net calls are negative, they're not accelerating further negative, right? So it's kind of rebounding, kind of choppy there with Microsoft. I think this underscores what we saw at pre-market, guys. And what we saw at pre-market was that a lot of daily net gammas were unchanged. They did not move between yesterday and today, so it might actually be a choppy day. So here it is, SPY, nice rebound on SPY, and that is precisely the reason why I did not chase the downside on SPY. Now, notice I mentioned here on Market Tide that the net volume for Market Tide was only 100K. Do you guys remember that? It was only 100K. I need to see 500K to establish a trend. Historically speaking, I have used Unusual Whales API and I've used Python. Raul, shout out to Raul. I don't know if he's in here, but Raul helped me with that. And we were able to pull historical data and pull some commonalities with the data over the last 1 to 2 years for SPY, particularly Market Tide. And we saw that on trendy days, right? On trendy days, net volume needs to hit or break positive or negative 500K for it to begin to trend. Now, why is a trend important? Because when you have trends, you can enter and exit easier, right? So if it's a trend down, all you have to do is wait for a little pop. Once price action pops, then you enter for a retest lower, right? And if it's a trend up, all you have to do is wait for price action to pull back, and then you enter there and you continue the trend higher. So trends are important, and if I'm not seeing the markets in a trend, it's going to be very, very hard to trade. So right now, the market is not in the trend. I need to see positive or negative 500K, and right now we're only at 96K, negative 96K. So surely it's bearish, right? It's bearish. I don't want to chase, calls and just slap 0 DTE, 3% out of the money calls, because the net volume is negative across all three: QQQ Holdings, SPY Holdings, and Market Tide. So right now, net volume being negative across all three, I just don't want to chase calls. I want to be careful. I want to wait until I see some confirmation that we are truly bullish. Okay, Tesla, here we go. Here we go. Tesla looks like Tesla wants to take off. Let's see. We're up to 7,000 cons exchange. It's risky. It's risky. It's risky. Tesla, we're watching. We're watching. We're watching. Tesla. Nvidia, nothing. Meta, nothing. Oh, Meta. Fuck. I'm sorry. I spoke too soon on Meta. Let's see what they're adding on those. Maybe 600 calls, Meta. Let's see. Apple, what are we looking at? Okay, 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. news. Anything? I don't know. Okay, Tesla's moving, guys. Should we chase it? Yeah, those net call premiums are moving very high. Like they're moving aggressively. So Tesla, I'm gonna aim for 330 calls. I'm looking at 330 calls on Tesla, boys and girls. 330 calls on Tesla. Let's see what we got. 330 calls on Tesla are getting slammed. Is that 330? I'm sorry, 335. 335. Yeah, I was like, damn, 330s are expensive. 335. Oof. Those are even expensive as shit. Damn. Okay, 340s. 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 340s are cheap. 340s are pretty cheap. It looks like they're kind of adding on those two. Let's watch for a few seconds and see. Let's watch right here. Right? 25K and 100. Oh, 25.2. 25,282. 25.3. They're adding on these hard, guys. Oh my gosh. Tesla 340s. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get into Tesla 340 calls. This is risky, guys, so I'm going to keep it very light. 340 calls, and I am filled for $1.55. Tesla 340 calls. Let's see how it works out. Looks like they were kind of adding on those. I'm in Tesla 340 calls. Let me send this out. Sorry. Let me see. Testing Tesla 340 calls. This is a risky one, so please do some due diligence. All right, how we looking? Oh my God, dude, did it just drop soon as I freaking bought? Oh my gosh, dude, what the heck? Net calls are moving higher though, so I think that's really good. Dang, dude. Oh no, I got a good fill. So Tesla 340 calls, I'm in for 155. 155 per contract. I'm up 5%. I think I might take profit quickly on this one because I'm sized pretty decent. 10% here, 10% here. Tesla 340 calls. Wow, I would really love to see a breakout. 13% here. Tesla 340 calls. Let me pull up the chart so we can kind of see it a little bit easier. Tesla. Oof. All right, here we go. We're in the trade. No, I'm not paying for TradingView. All right, here we go. Let's see if they keep adding on those Tesla 340s. They're up to 21K. What were they at when we first added them? 29K. They're up to 29K. Man, let's see if we can get 50K. 50K on Tesla 340 calls. That'd be really good. That'd be fun. 50K. Let's see. Can we get 50K? 340 calls are up to 30K. I'd really like to see 50K on those. Would really like to see a breakout on Tesla here. All right, looks like it wants to break out. Looks like it wants to break out, boys and girls. Here we go. 20% Tesla, 20% Tesla, 20% Tesla. I'm scaling out some. 20% Tesla. 340 calls, 20%. Let's see, net calls are 1.9 million. Can we see 15 million net calls? Come on, baby. Come on, baby, let's break out, man. I'd really like to see net calls go higher. You always taught me to be good and always do my best to be selfless, but I know that God is holding you, and I am so damn jealous, cause I miss your arms around me and the way you make me laugh, and now I'm stuck inside this prison that says you're never coming back. And now I'm sitting in my room as I yeah, Meta's moving. I'm so sorry that it's not good enough. It's just 340. Yeah, those 340s, man. Those 335s was a bit too expensive. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. Okay, what are those 340s at? We are at 23%. 23%. Let's see. Let's see, what are they doing? Are they adding? Yeah, it looks like the chart's moving a lot, guys. Net volume spiking up. I think this thing can go. I think it can go. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it wants to go, guys. It looks like it wants to go. Here's Tesla. 21%. Let's see if they're still adding on those 340s. We were at 30K, right? Let's see where we're at now. 33K. They slowed down just a tad. They slowed down just a tad on those 340s, so make sure you take some profits. They slowed down just a tad on those 340s. Throw it down the drain. I think it could pop. I think it could pop really hard, you know. But make sure you take that 20%, guys. Love don't tell us what to do. I'd really like to see if I see the 335s go up to 100K volume. That would make me very confident that these 340s can really move nicely. Right now, those 335s are up to 60K volume. Looks like they're still adding on those. But they did slow down. They did slow down. But it's still there. Let me see net calls. Let's see what net calls are at. I think they were at like 2 million or 9 million. Let me see. Oh, what's going on? Come on. But I can't build my breath away. 'Cause I'll rub your feet, but I'm not your slave. Yeah, net calls are up to 11 million. 11 million. So this pullback, I think this pullback will be a healthy one. But let's be careful. I took some profits. I took some profits at 20%, and I think you should too. You know, but I am still in the position. I still have a position in those 340s for Tesla. Okay, we're up to 35K. Yeah, they slowed down a lot on those, which is why price action is slowing down right now. But I think it squeezes a couple more cents here. I think it does squeeze a couple more cents here. You can see net calls is jumping. Net calls is jumping high right now. It's up to 12 million. So I think it could squeeze just a little bit more. But guys, if you're in profit, please win the trade. Win the trade. Okay, that's the psychology. Win the trade. All right, what do you think about Riot? I'm going to be honest, I am absolutely not looking at Riot right now. My eyes are locked on Tesla. Man, dude, this candle is a decider right now. Decisive candle right now, guys. So again, you know, make sure that you're doing some due diligence. I think you could squeeze a few more cents, but this thing is 20% in the profit. And there's no reason to not take some profits at least. We got to get used to scaling out, you know? Okay, here we go. It's reaching, squeezing a few more cents here. Let's see. 1 second left till the next candle. Here's the next candle. Let's see if the next candle gives us a pop to get out. 25%. There's the pop, boys and girls. Come on. Do some due diligence. Do some due diligence. 25%er. Here we go. Few cents being squeezed out here. I am sure that you will never find a man that is ever gonna love you more. So why All right, Tesla's slowing down. Tesla's slowing down right now. So if you're not out of if you didn't get any money on that, I don't know. Those 340s are up to 39K. Yeah, they slowed down a lot on those. They slowed down a lot. So be careful. Let's check out Nvidia. Meta's moving. Damn, dude. How did I miss Meta, bro? What were they adding on that? 600s? Yeah, they added 600 hard. There's an insider. We couldn't have caught that. Let's see. Damn you, stupid girl. I want to drop your... Apple's kind of disappointing, man. I thought Apple was going to move today. Microsoft. My ever aching heart. Everything's really bearish right now. Microsoft, Google's bearish, Amazon's bearish. So why won't you? Ooh, actually, Amazon's moving. Palantir, let me see. Ugh. So Palantir looks nasty. Amazon's kind of moving right now, but I'm not gonna chase until I see positive net volume. We still got negative net volume on scene for Amazon. Same thing with Google. We got negative net volume. Microsoft, negative net volume. Apple, negative net volume. Meta's the only green thing. Meta's the only green thing. Nvidia, negative net volume. Tesla is the only green thing as well. Looks like Tesla wants to break out here. It's holding up pretty nicely up here. Here it is. Let's see did they get up to 50K on those 340s? Let's see. 40K. Still slow. 40K. They added a little bit more, right? So we're getting a little bit of a move here because they added a little bit more. But I don't know. This is a little bit squeezy. It's a bit squeezy, you know. Those 335s are up to 67K. Guys, can you imagine if the 340s overtake the 335s? Right now, the 340s are up to 40K. That's only 20K away from the top chain. Can you imagine if 340s exceed 335s? Dude, we would be rich. No, we won't be rich, but we'd be so happy. Okay, let's see if we can get a squeeze going on Tesla, man. Because everything else ain't doing nothing. Guys, try not to post stuff with just a question mark, because I don't know what the question mark means. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What are you asking me right here? You know what I mean, Sergio? I think you should ask the question. Like, what are you saying here? Sending data with just a question mark is tough. You know, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see. Could it be because of this? Could what because of it? Okay, yes, it could be because of the net gamma by strike for Tesla is showing some positive normalized gamma at 335. Yes, that is a good observation. Let's look at it together. So Sergio brilliantly looked at the gamma exposure by strike for Tesla and saw that we have some normalized gamma exposure that is outstanding at 335, right? Here it is. We're trading at 335 right now, and there's some outstanding normalized gamma exposure, upwards of 8% there, right? And then 337 has 3%, and 340 even has 4%. So yes, those are targets, and anything below that is all positive gamma, right? So Tesla is in a supportive gamma environment right now. It's supportive, right? It's supportive. So yes, that is a good observation there, Sergio. That gamma exposure by strike for Tesla is showing 335. and 340 as a target. So yeah, everything's pointing to 340 right now. Everything's pointing to 340. It could happen. It could happen. It could happen today. I think the net volume could use a little bit more. I would really like to see, like, you know, maybe we're at what? We're at 27K. I would really like to see, you know, 50, 60, 70, 70K net volume for Tesla. Net volume. Okay? So right now we're at 27K net volume. I really want to see 50K, 60K net volume. That would really reinforce the confidence in this trade. But again, this trade is in the green, sitting at about 20%. So there's really no reason to fret. Can I feel my lips so? And tell me that I'm everything you need. Tell me that little lonely heart of yours that I've been crying for. Microsoft's looking pretty bearish, dude. Net calls are hitting a new low of the day. They slowed down a lot on Tesla, guys, so just be careful. But it's holding up, like it's holding up, you know what I mean? And I'm still in position. I am still in position, but I have taken pretty big profits, okay? Let's take a quick peek at ASTS real quick in Rocket Lab. We'll take it, ASTS green, we'll take it. Rocket Lab. Oh, 1%. Yeah, we'll take that, baby. Recovery. Call that a recovery, why don't you? What was I on here? NVIDIA. Yay, there's still hope for ASTS, guys. Don't give up hope just yet. Tesla, squeeze it. Let me take a little bit more because we're at 30% and we are banking money and we are smiling to the bank. Haha. Tesla. Oof. The hell is that? Of every word you've ever spoken. Where you said you'd always love me, do you not tell the truth at all? Man, Tesla wants to squeeze, guys. Nice pop in net volume. You see this? They added more. You see net volume, guys? You see that pop? That means they added more on Tesla. What did they add? Let's see. Looks like they added more 335s. Let's see. Maybe not 335s. Let's see. Maybe 340s. Yeah, they added more 340s. We're up to 46K for those 340s. Uh-oh, net calls are looking kind of weak right now, though. Guys, careful. We just tapped 30%. Net calls are looking weak for some reason. Careful. Riot. Spider. Let me check Riot. Okay. Dang, dude, Meta is on a tear. Okay, Riot. What is Riot? Video games? Is that like the Grand Theft Auto? Oh, no, that's Bitcoin. Okay, Riot. Let's see. Today we're seeing positive net volume, but we got to correspond that positive net volume with the premiums. So in other words, if there is positive net volume, that is a bullish sign. And when there is a bullish sign, I need to see that bullish sign corresponding with the premiums. So in other words, if the net volume is positive, then I expect traders to be bullish. And if I expect traders to be bullish, then I expect traders to be buying calls or selling puts. So from here, I need to check net call premium. And with this bullish net volume, I need to see bullish net call premiums. So let's see. Ooh, net call premiums are not bullish indeed. No, they are not. Net calls are negative 3.2 million. You see that? See that here? Negative 3.2. You see that? NCP, right? So that means that a majority of traders are selling calls. Now, this is a contradiction because the net volume is positive. That's like a bullish sentiment, but the net calls are negative. So no one is actually buying calls right now on Riot. And so I would be careful. Now, when you go to the 2-day, it also reflects the same sentiment. We actually have a negative net volume from the previous day. So that keeps that, that pressure on the stock, even though it popped, 6% today, it's not able to keep that height because no one is buying calls. No one's buying. So Riot right now, it looks kind of weak. Now, when you go back 7 days, obviously you can see on the 5th and the 6th, we had some large volume there, but just the stock just has gone down since then. It just hasn't reflected that. So these are one of those stocks that I'm just not interested in. I'll be honest with you. I just don't like stocks like this. Like, it's just kind of a weird, like, it's a Bitcoin name, which is volatile. It's not really fundamental. It doesn't bring in any revenue. So it's kind of hard, it's kind of hard to gauge what is actually happening. Let's see, Gamma exposure increased today, which is decent. 6% move, but again, that move is weak. So it's not being sustained, strongly. $21 has some positive gamma exposure, but above that, it also has some negative gamma exposure. So very mixed. You would want to see positive gamma exposure above, and then that would support a positive move. But that's not what we're seeing. So I would be careful with Riot, okay? Praying to God to grow old with the girl of his dreams. No. Rocco. AMD, oh my God, why do you guys keep going back to the advanced money destroyer? Jesus, stop trading AMD. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly though, bro, I'm the wrong guy to ask about AMD, because I would just tell you, screw that stock. Don't even touch it, bro. Because that's not a stock that is like, it does not respect data. That's why I'm saying that. I'm not saying that just because I hate AMD. I'm saying that because if you look historically, somebody asked me about AMD also, like I think it was AMD earnings or something, like the other day, like last week, or I don't know. And I almost took calls. I almost took calls on AMD for earnings, dude. And I was like, you know what? Because everything was pointing to calls. The flow was there. Everything was there. But then I said, dude, historically, AMD just does not respect data. You can look at all the data you want, dude, and everything can look A+ for AMD, and it will not respect that. It just won't. It just will not respect it. So AMD just does not respect data, dude. So yeah, AMD right now, today it looks bearish. There's negative net volume and call premiums are hitting a new low of the day. But again, AMD does not respect data, bro. It just doesn't. I mean, look at what happened, right? It popped up super high for no reason, from 446 to 470, 466 to 470, sorry. For no reason. And net calls are hitting a low of the day, and net volume is also hitting a low of the day. No one is buying calls on this thing. And it's just not falling. So just be careful. It looks like the top chains are puts, but again, it's not falling. So I just don't like AMD. It gives me a headache. I'm getting a headache just looking at it. All right, Tesla looks like it's pulling back, guys. Be careful with Tesla. Be very careful with Tesla. They slowed down a lot on Tesla, whole lot on Tesla, but we were able to get up to 30% on that move. AMD, I don't even want to see AMD right now. Nvidia, wow, Nvidia's just chop nation today, huh? can't trade that. Apple is just not moving. Wow. Microsoft bearish. Amazon bearish. Don't chase those pops. Palantir looking like crayon scratch. All right, let's see what else comes in here. It's 340s. Those 340s. Well, no, this is old. Sorry. Looks like some Tesla calls are still coming in, guys. And I can't hear you. Yeah, looks like Tesla calls are still coming. 335, 340s are up to 50K. I really want to see 60. They're adding though. They're adding. They're there. But these dips are Palantir looking strong, and SpaceX 140 call. Who the hell is this? Just another guy. Why the hell would you make yourself a speaker? Don't get banned now. Move your ass to the audience. Stop making yourself a speaker. Please. How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know how to work all this shit. Yeah, so Palantir does look strong. Let me see. I'm in Palantir shares. Remember that? So yeah, Palantir though, no, I'm not gonna chase it today. I'm not gonna chase an intraday trade. Negative net volume, positive puts, positive calls. It's just not a good setup. Tesla volume has slowed down a lot. Guys. But it's still there, so I wouldn't be surprised if these dips get slowly eaten up. Sure, Spider. Yeah, right. It just looks weird, bro. One of my best advices that I would advices is not a word. English is my third language. Advices. One of my best advice. I think it's advice. Anyway, one of the best things I can tell you is to stay with the leaders when you're trading, guys. Stay with leaders. Leaders. What do I mean by leaders? For the chip sector, you don't want to be trading some company that has only made 10 chips for the year. You want to stick with the leaders, Nvidia, MU, right? For tech, you don't want to start trading some tech company that just IPO'd and is under $20 a share. You don't want to do that. You want to stick with the Nvidias, with the Metas, with the Apples, right? And the reason why you want to stick with the leaders, guys, is because the leaders are going to have the highest volume. Now, I always use this analogy, right? If you're walking down the street and you typically walk down a local restaurant, and you always see that there's only 50 people in line at that local restaurant. But then one day you walk by that same restaurant and you see 100,000 people, right? So it goes from 50 people to 100,000 people. You're gonna stop. You're gonna stop and you're gonna go to that restaurant. You're gonna say, hey, what's going on here? Why are so many people? I've never seen so many people here before, right? Why is there so many people here? It's the same manner with net volume, guys. I don't like to trade stocks that have very low volume. I want to trade stocks that see typically upwards of 100K volume, 200K volume. Those are the stocks that are going to move, right? And typically you can guarantee that it's going to be at least one of the max 7s. Like with today, we traded Tesla. There's been other times where we've traded Nvidia and Microsoft. right? So those are movers. Those are big movers, and so I target those, and more often than not, when I target those, I'm able to get a oh my gosh, Tesla's falling bad right now. I'm gonna cut my runner. It's a good trade. I just cut my runner on Tesla, so it's a good trade. I think it's a good trade. Um, it was good, but disappointing how it's failing right now. But we did note at pre-market that everything was very choppy because daily net gamma on everything did not move much. 5 out of 7 of the Mag 7s did not move for daily net gamma. So we knew that it was gonna be a weird day, choppy day. So that's good. Who the hell is pulling? Oh, Olab. I think he might be new. Oh, all right. NBiz, dude. See, that's what I mean. Is NBiz a leader? Let's see. I don't even know what the hell they do. NBiz. That freak Tower Man said that NBiz was gonna explode 2 days ago when they did earnings or something, right? And that motherfucker did not. Oh no, it wasn't earnings, but it was something else. But yeah, he said it was gonna explode, and it literally fell 6% the next day. It's been down all week. What do they do? NBiz appoints. What do they do? Communication. What the hell does NBiz do? What does? If I have to ask, what does NBiz do? That means it's not a leader, bro. What does NBiz do? Nebius Group is a specialized neo cloud, bro. Stop it, dude. Neo cloud infrastructure company that builds high performance computing platforms. So it's cloud. Yeah, it's cloud, bro. They're not a freaking leader, dude. They might be, but they're not. In my book, they're not. Leaders for cloud, bro, are for me are like Net. Um, let's see, cloud. Salesforce. Salesforce is a leader for cloud. I use them at work every freaking day. Um, yeah, So NBiz, I feel like I just started hearing about NBiz like the last 2 months or something, dude. But yeah, so it's not. It's definitely not a stock that I am interested in. It's expensive as shit, but I don't like it though. I just don't. Like iron. Like why the hell is everyone like iron, bro? It's like literally nothing, dude. Like there's no product. I stay with people that have products, bro, that you use on a daily. That's my advice. That's me. That's my 2 cents, right? I'm not rich though, so maybe don't listen to me. But I think that I trade companies and invest in companies that I use all the time. If I can't see a product, your product within 20 miles, then I don't think you're a leader. Nvidia, you can see Nvidia stickers on every computer. Tesla, you see them driving around. Microsoft, Apple, Google, we use those guys every day. Even Palantir, bro, at this point, dude, like Palantir is known. You know what I mean? NBiz, Iron, freaking all these other weird shits. I'm like, dude, why is everyone trying to pump those stocks, bro? They're not leaders, especially when you compare it to um, when you compare numbers like revenue and shit. Like that stuff matters, bro. Revenue and all that. All right, let's check out Spy. Maybe we could trade Spy. Spy, is it chopping? Spy's chopping bad. Holy crap. Yeah, so we called that out earlier, guys. We stayed away from SPY because net volume on the market tide was not showing trendy vibes. You know what I mean? It wasn't showing trendy vibes. It could flip floppy, and that's what I said, and that's why we stayed out of SPY. The best setup that we squeezed a little bit out of was Tesla. Um, Nvidia, Apple is probably the most disappointing thing. I don't know why I thought Apple was gonna move today, but hey, that's the good news. Is we woke up today. We said the first things that we said was that we were gonna look at Tesla and we were gonna trade Tesla. We were a little late on it, but we were able to get 30%, 20% minimum. So I'm all right with that. I had puts on Riot up 90% profit. Oh, nice, good. Good. NBIZ is AI data center. Okay, cool. Yeah. Interesting. Took all my good. TJ Maxx. Yo. I'll check it though. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Whenever I see stuff like this, bro, like this big put spike, just stay out. That's like one guy. That's what that means. It's like one guy, that's one trade. Let's see. It's okay, 145 puts. Yeah, so one guy just bought 200K worth of 145 puts on TJ Maxx. What does he know? I have no clue. It's a cheap contract though. TJ Maxx flow looks like nothing. This is what I mean. There's no volume. No volume on this. Look at this. There's literally 2 days out of the last 30 days. Okay, 14 days. Let's do 30 days. There's literally 3 days, 3, 4, 5, 6 days out of the last 30 days where net volume has been even notable. And even with that notability, it was only 7,000 contracts. And the price, well, actually, the price did respect it, at least. Thank God. But yes, volume is very low with TJ Maxx. Very low. I'm not going to chase that, right? I don't want to eat at the restaurants that only get 3,000 customers. I want to eat at the restaurants that are getting 100,000, 30,000, right? 50,000. Right now with TJ Maxx, it's 3,000 customers here, 3,000 contracts, and it looks like it's one customer even. It's one contract. It's one order. It could be one guy, right? Those 3,000 contracts. So I'm just not interested in TJ Maxx. I can't remember the last time I walked in their store, like, you know. So I'm just not interested. Am I interested in the downside? Probably not. Probably not also because there's a balance with gamma exposure, positive gamma exposure above and negative gamma exposure below. Negative gamma exposure could pull it down to 145, which is probably what that guy is betting on, that 200K on. Probably those puts coming down to 145. But then there's also some positive gamma at the 160 and 165 area, which are stronger than the 145, really. So TJ Maxx, I'm not seeing anything convincing. I'm just not. So I'm not gonna force it there. Yeah, it's a dry ass stock, dude. Like, don't even touch it. Go where the volume is. You know what I mean? 160, then it means avoid. Yeah, just avoid it. Yeah, just avoid it because I don't even know. Man, stuff's kind of slowing down here. So in case you're wondering, I'm not trading SPY because SPY is not trendy right now. The market tide. So here it is. The overall market is very indecisive. We saw flashes of that when we were looking at pre-market daily net gamma for all the Mag 7. Most of them were unchanged. So we knew that, market makers hadn't adjusted their positions. So it was, it just wasn't there was no meaningful move. So we knew that it could be choppy. And then sure enough, when we did not see the market tide begin to trend in a net volume fashion, net volume was only at negative 100K at the lowest. And at the highest, it was probably only about 10K or so. Right now, the net volume is negative 8K. Net calls are hitting a low of the day though, so it is leaning bearish. You should not be buying calls on SPY, right? That's what I can tell you. Just don't buy calls on SPY. Net holdings is leaning bearish, so that tells you don't buy calls. Don't buy calls. Excuse me. Don't buy calls, but definitely be careful with chasing puts to the downside. I think chasing puts to the downside is actually a better bet. So if I were you, that's the advice that I would give. But I'm not trading SPY right now. But there is a price to premium gap. We should be trading at 773 and below. That's what we should be trading at, below 773. We should be in 772 actually. So I think SPY is leaning bearish, guys. That's what I would say. And it's leaning bearish to 772. So a good strategy for that would be to short all pops, right? When you see little pops, short those pops. You know what I mean? Short those pops. But overall though, it is choppy. If you just don't want to get chopped like me, I don't want to get chopped, just stay out. Just stay out and just call it a day where, you know, you kind of just have to wait. Tesla retesting highs here. Kind of knew that would happen because the net volume was staying persistent. Wow, Tesla. Oh my God, Tesla, dude. Wow, Tesla wants to go. I'm gonna stay on for another 15 minutes here. That'll put me at an hour and a half streaming. I'm gonna stay off for another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes here. Tesla's reaching right now, guys. Coming off this EMA, damn, I should have freaking longed it. Oh my gosh, Tesla, rippy mode. You always told me to be. Anyone get into Tesla on that retest? So the strategy there was on positive volume pullbacks, right? Long the stock. What does it say? What is the playbook? Let's see. Google Docs. What the heck? Docs. Let's see our playbook. I sent it yesterday, guys. I sent the playbook yesterday. Did anybody read it? Let's see. What was the playbook? Let's go to trading tips. Here it is. Let's read it. I'm going to forward this over to the main chat and the Gamma Show. Right? Okay. If volume is growing positive, right? Look for flat net put premiums to confirm that bullish bias. So we see that with Tesla. Flat net put premiums, right? That confirms the bullish bias, right? So here is the playbook, guys. The playbook says the first thing you check on any net flow is net volume. So we did that this morning with Tesla, and we saw that the net volume began to grow in a positive direction. So we confirm that then with flat net put premiums, right? And growing positive volume, right? And then from there, we run the play. We say, hey, positive volume, don't short. So we knew not to short Tesla today, right? Don't short because there is what? Positive net volume, right? So when there is positive volume, don't short it. And when there's negative net volume, don't long it, right? And so finally, here's the play. Wait for a price to give you the entry. So when there is positive volume and price pulls back, buy calls. There it is right there. I sent it yesterday, right? So positive volume pullback. Here's Tesla. We got positive volume down here, and we got the pullback, right? We got the pullback, positive volume pullback. That tells you that if this positive volume remained persistent and puts remained flat, that it could have been a ballsy but risky but rewarding move for you to long the stock again. Positive volume pullback, buy calls, because that positive volume is going to keep the stock afloat, at least for a retest, right? So that's a nice tip. That's what we did for Tesla, and we were able to get out with a green trade. It was a difficult one though, so yeah, I don't blame you if you weren't able to get profits on that. But it's a tough market today, guys. It's a tough market today. Nvidia is just kind of chopping to the downside. Meta's chopping to the upside. Kind of sad I missed Meta, but I think it would have been really hard to get Meta because volume didn't spark, big move. It kind of looked like the premiums began to move first. Man, Meta's moving right now. Meta's squeezing. It's TP Max, I don't care. Microsoft, let's see. Wow, big pop on Microsoft. Let's see if volume, what are they adding on those Microsofts? 502s? Oh my God, yes. They were adding 502s on that. Dang, dude, I freaking missed that, man. Ugh. Microsoft. Wow, Microsoft looks really good, guys. Dang, dude, I should have freaking looked at Microsoft. Oh, man. Uh-oh, Rocket Lab, yes, R, you are my favorite person because you brought up Rocket Lab. Bursting through, is Rocket Lab breaking free like Troy in High School Musical? Oh, yes it is. Yes it is, Rocket Lab's breaking free like Troy in High School Musical. Let's go. Thank God, dude, there's hope. There's hope. What's ASTS doing? ASTS, same thing, 2%er. He who laughs last laughs best, baby. They were trolling me yesterday. Those calls are toast, bro. Those calls are toast. Are they? Let's see. Let's see. We'll find out. We'll find out surely on Friday. We will find out. Still need a bigger move though. But it's coming. It's coming, baby. We're at $80. Let's go. Who sent that? R, you the man. IBM, let's look. Oh my gosh, dude, IBM. Why the fuck didn't I see IBM on my flow? Oh, because the volume is so low. Oh, man. So does IBM usually get low volume? Is that what it is? Wow, yeah, it looks like it does. Yeah, it looks like this is even high for IBM. Wow. So this is high volume for IBM historically, if you look. Right? This is high volume for IBM. Oh, man, I missed this one. So then what I'll need to do is my live flow feed. So it didn't pop up on my live flow feed because look, I have these set to 10,000 contracts. So assuming I would have had it at 3,000 contracts and no more than 5, let me see, no more than 7,000. Yeah, IBM probably would have came through. Let's see. Oh man, I shouldn't have. That sucks. No, let's do no more than 5,000. What was IBM at? Intel. I'm trying to figure out how I could have saw the IBM move. Amazon stock's moving. Big spike in net calls for Amazon. That's weird. Where the heck is IBM? Okay, here it is. Yeah, so it looks like they got to 8,000. No, 3,000, 3,400. Yeah, no more than. Damn, dude. Damn, man, they added those so fat, man. Okay, so how could I have got this? Let me see. I could have got, if I would have did no more than, let me see, 3,800. Where the hell is IBM? Why is IBM not here? When did they add those? Let me see, what time? They added those 240s around. Oh, it was like 20 minutes ago. Well, Meta came in a lot, so under this filter, so that is helpful. So Meta came in a lot over here. What's Meta at right now? You guys are starting to see how my thinking actually goes now, so that you can steal my filters. So this was 11,000. Where was it at before? No, let's go back to. Okay, let's do Meta. Okay, Meta. They added 610s. As early as 7 a.m. Yeah, I probably would have caught them at like 7:05. Okay, so let's go to 7:05 and see. Yeah, they were. Oh no, that's even earlier. Damn, dude. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go back that far. Okay, so let me see. IBM. Damn, dude. I gotta figure out how we could have caught that IBM. Meta came in though. Man, it probably came in on the fire flow alerts. Let me see. IBM. Yeah, nothing but IBM calls came in. Today, yeah, those IBM flows. Damn, dude. Let me see, interval volume. Yeah, and it was 1% out of the money. Yeah, yeah. So those IBM flows did come in. Yeah, just didn't catch it. That sucks. That was a good find though. Who found that? That was Spank. Yeah, that was good, man. Yeah, that was a good one. Dang. So I guess I'll have to work on that. MU and SanDisk. Ugh. Let me see. Tesla moving higher. That's pretty good. SanDisk. I don't trade SanDisk often, but let me check it. No good. Net volume's negative, so I'm just not gonna chase any calls. Excuse me. The best setup is to look for downside. For SanDisk, that's the best setup right now. Intraday is to look for downside because there's negative net volume. Right now, that negative net volume is moving in a positive way now, but I'm not gonna chase the upside until I see net call premiums move higher and net volume flip positive. If net volume flips positive for SanDisk, I'll consider it. But right now, it's not looking A plus. It is up on the day, but it's not. I don't know if it's going to go back up with net calls being negative 22 million. Let's check MU. I got another 5 minutes here, and then I'm gonna log off. MU, same exact thing as SanDisk actually. Net calls are negative, volume is negative, so I'm not chasing the upside. Best setup is the downside, but I probably won't chase the downside either on MU because net calls are not hitting a low of the day. They're not accelerating lower, so I'm just not interested in downside for MU either. I think the entire market is pretty choppy right now. A couple stocks like Tesla and Meta are moving, but the rest of the Mag 7 are really dead in the water right now. Apple moved lower and then now has been moving sideways for like an hour. Microsoft, so Microsoft and Tesla are like the only two moves right now, and Meta, Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla are the only ones that really moved today. Let's see, Amazon big spike in net calls, but net volume didn't flinch, so I'm just not interested in that. Very choppy waters right now, guys. Very choppy waters right now. CoreWeave VR, will you be involved? Probably not, because I don't even know. I don't even know what CoreWeave does. I think they do data. And I remember one time we were looking at flow for CoreWeave and we saw a lot of arbitrary flow. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was this time last year. There was just millions and millions of arbitrary flow that was coming in on CoreWeave. Look at this volume. To Ghost Town. There's no one there. You know what I mean? There's no one here. Last 7 days, there's no one there. Let's see, last 14 days. Yeah, same thing. Couple days where we had like from red to green and then price still went up. It was just crazy. But that's okay because it's CoreWeave. I don't know what the hell they do, but yeah, but volume is kind of dry historically. So I just would be very careful. Be very, very careful, right? Look at how much of a difference there is between 13,000 contracts traded for puts and only 4,000 for calls. They're slapping the 100 calls though. They're slapping those 100 calls, but I'm not chasing those. Gamma exposure for CoreWeave it's supportive. Gamma exposure for CoreWeave is supportive. It's there. So could it go higher? Yes, it could, and I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, I don't trade this stock. It's not a leader in my opinion. So I just don't mess with it. The data is really hard to be convinced on. Gamma exposure by strike is showing 100 as a major target though. Major target for CoreWeave is 100. Gamma exposure 17%. Okay. All right, I'm gonna be on for another 1 minute here, and then I'm gonna log off. All right. Tesla, SPY, I'm still staying away from, dude. Very choppy. Net volume on the market tide is only 175K. Not enough to establish a bullish trend, and surely not enough to confirm any bearish pressure. Net holdings, it's still pointing pressure to the downside, but they're not accelerating that pressure. So if you trade anything, it'll just be scalp for SPY, and that's just going to be very difficult. Okay, I'm going to begin to log off now, little by little, and I'll still be available for chat, and I'm still going to be looking for opportunities for trades. Today we were able to trade Tesla. We squeezed a little bit of profits there, but we did see that it was slowing down. And so I did warn for caution to do some due diligence and manage your trade. I was able to manage mine. I took some profits, but I left some runners that ended up actually going negative. But I am green on the day. And so I'm very happy. Not as happy as I could be because we took loss. Well, I'm down currently on ASTS and Rocket Lab. I didn't get the move that I wanted on those names, but it looks like there's still hope for those names. So I'm not panicking. I'm still in Rocket Lab, and I am still in ASTS. I'm in shares for both of those, and then I have those options that I mentioned as well. Okay. Damn, dude, how do I stop the live? Literally have no clue how to stop the live on Twitter anymore. There we go. End live stream. All right. All right, guys. Can you please check Palantir? Is it pulling back? Oh my gosh. Nice. Cat, I'm not interested in. AK. Is it a pullback or a rejection? What? Oh, I see what you mean. Is it a pullback or a rejection? Palantir I would stay away from. Volume is flip-floppy. Simple as that. Right? If you want to trade Palantir today, intraday, this is not the volume you want to look for. So simple as that. Okay? You want to see a strong, growing, consistent volume. Tell them, students. Right? Tell them. Abi, go check out the trading tips for the playbook, for the NetFlow playbook. What does it say? What does it say here, guys? If there is no growing volume, I don't just make stuff up as I go, guys. I have a playbook that I follow. You know what I mean? If there's no growing volume, ignore the stock. Is there any growing volume here? No, there's no growing volume here. The volume is flip-floppy. It is not growing in a mountain-like growth where it's just going all the way up or it's going all the way down. I need it to be going all the way up, growing more positive, or going all the way down, growing more negative. If you don't see those, our playbook says to ignore the stock. Okay? All right, guys. Enjoy your day, and let's see if we can get some more trades. Let's see how many people are in here. I think I saw like 70 at one time. FL Day, what up? Paulo Lang, Towerman, Tom and Jerry, Santiago, Laura, Murkoff, John. Guys, if you are new and you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not sure how to use everything, please tag me in the main chat. I'm here to help. If I wasn't here to help, I wouldn't make my Discord $7. Okay, I'm here to actually help you. So make sure that you take advantage of my services. If you're confused, if you're not knowing how to use something, bother me as much as you can. Even if I seem annoyed, just ask. Get what you came for. You know what I mean? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Get what you came for. And I love students like that, like Tower Man. I've grown to like him. That's not your cue to act up, Tower Man. But yeah, you guys, we got one-on-one meetings available for you guys. Google meetings, that's here in the one-on-one Google Meet. Just click here and book. Okay, gotta go. Bye. See you later, Atlantic.
you're just washing us every morning, Lord, for the fact that we can just come to you every